Don't mind us, Mika. We're just trying to record a vlog. It's okay.
Ow! Mika, sit down. Sit. Sit your butt down. Okay.
Yep, that looks like a sit to me.
Okay. Okay. Ow, that's my ear.
Where was I? Well, welcome to our first vlog in a very long time, since the setup video tour thing where I showed you guys our new place. But before that, we haven't made a vlog in a long time, and you guys have always taken them very well. They've been well received. You guys leave lots of likes and everything like that. So I don't know why we don't do it. We might start doing this on a regular basis. We were throwing out the idea of like once every Saturday or so. But it really depends on if we have a cool topic to talk about or anything like that. And today we do, which is our secret. That's it?
Do you want me to say it?
Do you wanna start or?
I guess I can start. So
Go for it.
like 3.5, 4 years ago, Chris and I actually we were talking in like this thing called IRC
An instant relay chat server thing
about RuneScape.
for a game called RuneScape.
Yeah.
Yep, we started talking like that, and let me just take it from here because you're too slow.
You're slow.
Okay, anyways, so yeah, I was just a kid playing RuneScape all day long, so was Kelly, and we met in this instant relay chat thing. This is our big secret, and we started talking about RuneScape. And she introduced herself to me through a couple friends that we started hanging out with and whatever else not. And a big thing back then was this thing called Ventrilo, and I'm pretty sure it still is. It's basically this chat server where you can talk without just chat. You can use your voice. And I wanted to kind of hear what she sounded like. I was curious, because you never see girls on RuneScape, and well, you never know if there's a dick in those pants or not. Right? Is what I'm trying to say. So brought her into the chat server, and I was a little curious. We started talking, and she sounded kind of cute. I don't know. So Anyways, enough said. We started just talking, just hanging out. We were just friends. Eventually, we found out we had a lot in common after talking for like a good 8 hours a day.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks straight.
It
We
was
were just 24/7.
a lot.
Like
I'm glad I had nothing else to do because all we did was talk.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, sure enough, we decided to throw around the idea of meeting on MSN and talking on there. And MSN was kind of big back then still. And sure enough, MSN has webcams. And this was kind of before Skype started being huge and everything. Actually, I think it was you that introduced the idea of webcams first. You wanted to see me in real life or something.
But we did.
But first thing we did on webcam or on MSN was I saw her display picture. And it was this girl, and she looked kind of pretty. And I said, "Oh, who's that girl? She looks kind of pretty." And she was like, "Oh, that's my sister." And I was like, "Oh, shit. All right." And then sure enough, she gets on webcam, and I find out it's the same girl. So I'm like, "Oh, this is weird." So yeah, we started flirting and getting in that lovey-dovey stage that you are in your first little bit of the relationship there. And eventually, after I think 2 or 3 months, Kelly actually threw in the idea because she had a credit with an airline because they basically messed up in the past before. And she had pretty much a free plane ticket. And she threw in the idea of meeting in real life. And I had no idea that was even a possibility because at the moment, we were just kind of e-dating. We were talking and flirting and everything else not online. And that's why I didn't really want to tell you guys about how we met right away because, that can be something that can be really harshly judged as a lot of people don't really understand
it. People do judge it a lot. They think like, oh, you're a loner, you must just date online, you're just like pathetic.
And it wasn't really something I could help. I found a girl that I had a ton in common with and I really liked. The only thing was I met her online and she didn't live anywhere close to me. So here's the shocker, guys. Kelly's American.
So I laugh at the people that say how Canadian I sound because I'm not.
Some people are like, "Oh my God, Kelly's so Canadian. Just do you hear her? The way she talks, she's so a boot Canadian and whatever." Anyways, so sure enough, I flew down there to the States, South Dakota, where she was from, which there's pretty much nothing to do there, hence why she was on RuneScape all day long, playing the game with me. I lived there for about 6 months, came back home. 6 months is the longest time period that you can spend in a country like America before they eventually kick you out, unless you need like a visa or anything else, or you're going to school there or anything like that. So I came back home, and we don't have any more free plane tickets. So the first thing I said to myself is, I gotta see her again. How am I gonna do this? So I hopped on a quick job. I did a minimum wage job, full-time, manual labor. Kind of sucked in a warehouse, but first thing I did with my first paycheck was buy her a diamond necklace, which she's not even wearing right now.
I still have it. It's downstairs. I forgot to put it on.
That commitment, I know. Second thing I did with my second paycheck was buy a plane ticket so she could come up here. She came up, visited my family. Everything was great. They got to find out she wasn't some serial killer, rapist, weird person that, you know, because
Not
you never
some,
know.
pedophile 30-year-old.
Some girl that you meet online
Even
that
though
you
you
fly
already
across
spent
the world
like
to
6
see.
months with me.
Yeah. Anyways, so she stayed up here for a certain time period, and then eventually I went to follow her back, and this is where the story gets interesting because on our road back, we were both going to go back to her home in America, but the American border stopped me. I was denied by the U.S. border. They actually thought that I was going there to pretty much take a job, and they didn't think that we were actually serious about a relationship. They thought that she was just something I was using to get into the States and take somebody's job, pretty much. And we were told off by this chick that was working at the U.S. border. Her name was Ryan.
Yeah,
all right,
she was like
and she was a
the
manly
biggest bitch
chick.
I've ever met in my
She was a
life.
manly chick, all right? And she just straight up turned me down. She was like, no, you're not going to America. Then she fingerprinted me, and she's like, you're not coming back in unless you do this, 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 and this, and this.
She was such a bitch. Like, she would sit
She
there
was
and
treating me
she
like a
was
criminal.
Like, okay, so I'm a U.S. citizen, so, I mean, the only reason that they can stop me is, like, if they think that I'm a terrorist or I have drugs or whatever, right? But so she, like, I'm sitting there and she's talking to me, and she's, like, going off, and she's like, what are you going to do with your life? You know, you don't even have a house or apartment or anything. And, I just recently turned 18 at this point.
Yeah, I was 17.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? You were 18.
No, right.
You
I
were
was
literally
early 18. You're right. Anyways, so, you know, that was fun. So I turned back around, headed back home to Canada. She stayed in the States, which was really not fun because long-distance relationships really suck, especially when you've met them in real life, you know. So sure enough, we were trying to decide, you know, how is this going to work? I never thought of the idea of abandoning her and trying to find a girl in real life or anything like that I was interested in because I'd never met a girl like Kelly. She's like my bro, you know, but she's not...
Yeah, we've always kind of just, like, clicked for some reason.
She's not like those normal girls to me that just are all about the drama and stuff. I said this before, you know, so that's what I really appreciate. But anyways, so sure enough, she came back up to Canada because she could still come to Canada. I just couldn't come to the States. She came up for 2 weeks. We visited because that was the most time she could spend in the country before the 6 months was up, before she had to go back home. Then she came back up here again, and I decided that's it. I'm putting a ring on it, so we got engaged. I proposed on the beach. I made a video of it. It's linked in the description if you want to watch it. That was fun.
It's kind of weird looking back at it.
It was. I watched it yesterday. It was just kind of weird. We were in such a weird phase in our lives, but thankfully we've grown up some since then. Mm-hmm. Anyways, after that, we got our own first place. We were renting a house together, and so you guys probably saw some vlogs of that if you watched any videos of us in real life. And then Kelly went back home with her engagement ring on and everything. She came back up to the country later. She came up to Canada, right? Later again. And then we got married. Yep. And
then
there we go.
I filed for immigration now at this point.
To become a real Canadian.
To get my permanent residence. And yep. I'm in process of that right now. So I'm waiting to hear back from the government, and I'm hoping that they don't kick me out.
They can't. But anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the video here because we're getting a little out of subject now. It's taking too long. Go ahead and leave a like if you did enjoy this video. If we hit like 2,000 likes or whatever, just a bigger amount than we're normally used to, we're going to start doing this on a weekly basis. So show some love, show some support if you want to see our faces more. If not, completely understood. I can understand why, trust me. Anyways, thanks for all the love and support lately, especially with the streams.
Thanks for hopefully not
We're very happy about that. Yeah, and hopefully not killing us. Because we're an eat-eating nerdy couple. Yeah. Even though, you know, we're in real life now. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.